Hello, Knights of Gaming. This is part 2 of the Warframe demo. Exposition, Let's Play, I don't really know. But this is what we're doing. Alright, I actually joined a game in progress here, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but it looks pretty early. Alright, so we're trying to capture these points right here. This is what this mission is all about. We're trying to capture these points. Once we capture them, we have to defend them against people who might be trying to take them back. Alright. This guy's trying to shoot at me, but I'm a better shot. You might be asking, so what are you supposed to be? Are you like a soldier or a ninja? Or like this robot assassin? To all that I say, yes. Just, yes. Let's shock these dudes. Boosh! Yeah! That was a whip. So you can also use your powers to get some pretty cool effects right here. So my first ability is I shock this dude in the face. And then I shock that dude. And actually I don't, because I miss horribly. I'm not doing so hot with the aiming right now. A lot of you guys know I like to use a controller, but I actually do use a mouse and keyboard for this game. It's it's just kind of better. In my opinion, I don't think the controller, the gamepad controls are quite as polished as they need to be for a game like this. But you know, they might fix in the future. I know it's on the PlayStation 4 now, but I don't know. It's maybe I just really like the the mouse and keyboard. All right, so let's get down to these guys. Shock fist! I just shocked all these dudes in the face. Oh, that's new. That's a leader. He can put up a shield. Fortunately, the gun I'm using is actually like really high level for this. So all these dudes are just kind of getting wasted. Oh, that's a heavy gunner. All right. Oh, let's activate super speed. Apparently, run through here super quick. That's the second ability. Is I can get super speed for some amount of time. Oh, I got a little ball of exploding on me. I will roll to get it off. Shoot this guy in the face. Alright. So if you look in the top left, you'll see the map, and it'll say A, B, C, D. Those A, B, C, Ds are objectives. I'm going to C because it is red. It's been captured. And for those of you guys watching, all this stuff is co-op. There is not a competitive version of these missions right now. The only PvP is like kind of an arena-style battle. It's cool, but you know, it's clearly not the focus of the game. Alright. Whee! Okay, I'm trying to get to A really fast, so I'm gonna just bust it. With my super speed! Super speed! Shock her in the face. Alright. Oh, that guy's bleeding out, and I'm stupid. I should have gone to help him. He probably is very angry at me that I was not able to help him. Or that I was too kind of engrossed in what was happening to help him. And that's totally my fault. You can go revive enemies or revive players that have been down. And you really should. Like, it's just kind of common courtesy. That guy's shooting a bunch of really high damage stuff. So let's throw out this shield and say, screw you. That's my third ability. I can shove this shield. It just blocks all this crap. But I can still fire through it. Even better, ow! Okay, apparently there's some kind of issue with the blast to go through it. But when I fire through the shield, my bullets actually travel faster if I was using a travel time weapon, which I'm not when I'm using an instant. And it also adds electricity damage to the attack. Alright, enough horse playing around. Let's kill these guys and move on. Alright, shoot you in the face. Shoot you. There's also a heavy, like, kind of parkour element to this game. As you can see. Not, like, super apparent on this map particularly. But you can wall run up this stuff. You can wall run up just like literally just about anything. Like not literally anything, but you know, because that's actually a bad angle. But you know, there is a heavy like wall running kind of aspect of this game. There are actually some puzzles that can get you loot that actually have fairly tricky parkour segments to them. So it is good to learn how to maximize your wall running and your, you know, all that stuff. But for actual combat, you don't wall run a whole lot. Okay, I've shown you this weapon, so let's switch over to my pistol. Let's show you how this thing works. Oh yeah, isn't that sweet? Isn't that just sweet? Look how I'll rotate the gun because it's a lever action pistol for some reason. I don't know how that works, but I spin it in my hand as I fire. Like that's just a nice little attention to detail. Honestly, oh, it's lever action, but he's wielding with one hand, so he spins it to cock it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Come on. And that's my melee weapon. You have a quick melee weapon, which is you just press the melee button and you'll just swing out. You might be like, man, that's a slow-ass melee attack. Yes, it is. But this is a very, very slow melee weapon. There are many weapons that are way, way faster. This one's just pretty slow. That's an ally. That's another player. He's in the game with me. That is the Ash character. And he's going to be trying to help me out. We're going to be on this trip of death and destruction together. Leave none alive. Oh, look, we completed the first round. Now we just have to kill all the remaining enemies, and we win. So, let's actually pull out our melee weapon. Yeah, it's so heavy, he just holds it on the shoulder like that. Ow, what just hit me? I don't know. Let's run up here. Yeah, and also there are melee combos. That's my favorite. That's unique to this weapon, obviously. Each weapon has its own set of combos that are used with it. And you actually have to get a certain type of modification that allows you to use most of them, but they're really cool.
Will you stay or go?
Am I going to stay or am I going to go? We beat that round. Natural talent. Actually, that is a very valuable mod, but I already have it, so we're just gonna keep battling. And of course, as you see, I beat this round, so it's like, hey, here's a mod. You want to go ahead and leave and take this rare? It isn't always a rare, but like take this rare mod for your frame. So you know you can get like powerful mods fairly quickly if you just know how to do it right. Let's go ahead and recapture this. All right. I'm going to try and show you how awesome this Galatine really is. This Galatine is, in my opinion, just the best melee weapon in the game. A lot of people will agree with me on that. I know that for a fact, because it is kind of ludicrous how much damage you can export out with this. For those of you who have played the game, under the right circumstances, you can pump out about 100,000 damage a swing with this thing. Which is absolutely, totally, utterly ludicrous. Like that's just so ludicrous. Why would anyone ever need to do that ever? But you can, is the point. Oh, and my speed upgrade that makes me move faster. I swung it too many times, so I got dizzy. My speed upgrade that makes me move faster also makes me swing my melee faster, so that's nice. Someone is attacking from somewhere, and they're doing a really poor job. So let's kind of get into the meat of this. Ah, I'm getting actually kind of hurt. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm getting surrounded. Oh, let's pop the ultimate. Okay. I just popped my ultimate. That was in a really bad position. You probably weren't able to see it. I actually just got downed. Oh, is he gonna help me? Yes. That is just common courtesy. That was totally my fault for not helping that guy earlier. He's reviving me because he's awesome. Always revive your teammates. Don't be a douche. Like me. Alright, looks like Charlie's been taken by the enemies. Let's see what we can do to help.
We have lost control of a tower. Tower online.
Looks like Alpha's been taken, so let's head that way. Oh, no. Shoot you in the head. And yes, as you can imagine, shooting people in the head does more damage. Who would have thought? Now you might see me just popping. I'm just gonna pop abilities like crazy. And honestly, that's because I just have such ridiculous mods that I can just basically cast spells endlessly. I have virtually limitless mana.
We have lost control of the tower.
To get to that point in the game takes a very long time. Like I didn't get the mod that really let me do this until probably about 200 hours into the game. And it's not because you just have to be so good to get it. It's just one of those things where it comes up randomly on little missions called alerts that offer special rewards, and the only way to get that particular mod that lets you regen mana is through doing one of those missions. I'm going to help him revive, because it makes him revive faster.
Message. The remaining enemies must not report back to their command. Eliminate everyone.
Oh my god, that was the worst shooting ever of all time. Alright. Thought you were going to hit me in the face, and you didn't. I'm going to ult on you just because I can. What it does, it sends out a big shock, electrical shock wave that just damages everybody.
More messages.
Alright, so, ooh, Hell's Chamber. I actually know, one of my friends of mine actually needs that rare. Wow, those are two really good drops. That is a very powerful rare that is one of the most that like you really need it in Hell's Chamber. So if you ever get in this game, look for Hell's Chamber. It is kind of awesome. And normally at that point you would have seen me get a bunch of experience, but I'm already at max level with it, with all my guns and this character. I guess it's I did 41% of all the damage. That's just because I'm that boss. Actually, it's because the guys that were with me probably weren't as overpowered as I am. I have about 650 hours in this game, which I pretty much have just about everything. But, you know, new stuff literally comes out on like a weekly basis. There's more stuff to do, more stuff to get. So, you know, I have like 650 hours, and, you know, I don't play it as much as I used to, but it's still a great game. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have this many hours in it if it wasn't fun. So, yeah, you didn't really get to see a whole lot of, like, really awesome acrobatic stuff that you can do. I tried, but, like, that level just isn't really good for that kind of thing. But, I mean, you know, if you like going around shooting people as like this space ninja robot assassin thing, then I mean, if you really, here's the deal: if you think robot ninjas in space is awesome, then you'd like this game. Like, that's really what you are. You're robot ninjas in space with guns. Like, you know, I mean, come on. Like, what's not to like about that? So, you know, this has been the action sequence of Warframe. Probably, you know, that was I could have like done a highlight reel to show like all the really action-packed stuff, but I really wanted to show you that's just a level. That's really what you're going to be going up against. That particular level is more action-packed than most because it's called an interception mission, which is it's basically king of the hill against the enemies, and you know, so there's going to be more enemies on that level than most because they just kind of spawn infinitely until you win the king of the hill. But you know, that's really what it looks like. What you just saw. That's what a general kind of level is going to look like. So if you're curious, like, what does the game really look like? How does it play? You know, that's kind of how it is. And of course, this character right here, Volt, he's just one of many, many different varieties. Like you saw, I shot my little lightning bolt out, which just does damage, and I had my ulti, which throws out you couldn't see the shockwave, but because I wasn't. If you're around electrical equipment, it's a lot more obvious. But he shoots out a shockwave that blows up electrical equipment and damages enemies. And he has that big shield I showed you. That level was kind of just way too open to really make use of that shield that much. But there are actually builds that revolve around that shield because that shield adds electricity damage. So there are actually builds. There are Volt builds that are sniper builds. And you throw up that shield and you just snipe, and I mean that shield is unbreakable. By the way, like I think enemies can walk through it, but nothing can shoot through it except for your bullets and the bullets of your allies. So you can just set up as a sniper with that shield and just snipe the crap out of people, and they can't return fire. So so that's, you know. And like there's all sorts of things with different characters, like there's so many different ways to configure their abilities, and you know, all sorts of different guns you can use, and all sorts of different, you know, melee weapons you can have, and all sorts of different abilities on all the different frames, and you know, like set up your Warframe in a different way to be either really defensive or really offensive, or really based on guns, or really based on casting abilities, you know. So it's just, I really like it. There's a ton of modification. There's a ton of just things to do. Just 10,000 different ways to play the game. So if this looks like your game, great. If you guys want me to showcase different frames, like you're kind of getting into the game, you're like, how do you use this guy? I'll try and make a more detailed video of how to use each individual frame. Except Banshee, I don't have Banshee. So if you're looking for Banshee, I'm sorry. And it's honestly because Banshee sucks right now. Like, she's terrible. Like, she is the only frame in the game, I think, that is just terrible. Like, I'm sure there's some really obscure way to use her, but I think she needs a total redesign. But every other frame, I think, is awesome and can do really amazing things. So if you really want, like, how do I use Excalibur, or how do I use Ember, or how do I use Frost, you know, just send me a comment, and you know, maybe I'll do a video. So and I have every frame up to max level. I have all the guns, so I know how to use every single frame. So you know, just let me know. Hope you like this demo / let's play / explode Warframe. This is Sir Ryu Corin signing out.